Turn up the dial, it's 10:30. We back, spin that back show, all the classics on track. From 79 to 99, we're crossing the gap. Album reviews, little known facts, hip hop intact. Saturday mornings, dive into the history, samples and stories, old school mysteries. Spin that back show, we keeping it real. Every Saturday, 10:30, you know the deal. With album reviews and stories untold. Hip hop legends, the greats and the bold. Catch us reminiscing, breaking it down. East to West Coast, the underground sound. From Grandmaster Flash to Nas' Big Rise. Unveiling truth, no disguise.
Yo, 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 yo. Check it out. We know we're a little bit late here, but it's the Spin That Back show. And it's your boy, the infamous El Pooh, and Mr. Nice Guy. What's going on with you, Mr. Nice Guy?
Chilling, bro. Ready to give some props to one of my favorite hip-hop collectives of all time.
And who would that be?
That would be the legendary Juice Crew. Oh, my goodness.
And who was in the Juice Crew? Let's talk about it. Let's put that picture back up. Let's talk about the people that's on this picture. Who is that right there? Who's that at the top?
So we got Big Daddy Kane over there.
Yes, sir.
Then we got Biz Marquis. Mm-hmm. We got Craig G. We got Cool G Rap. Mm-hmm. We got the man Marley Marl. We got Master Ace right there. And then we got MC Shan and Roxanne Shante. Fly Shante. That's what's up. So, you know. Yeah. And that's not everybody, but that's the core right there. So, you know, that's what's up.
The legendary Juice Crew. We're going to have to give it up for them. Can we have a spin that back for them? Okay. Now, I'm going to need you to help me out because you're like the East Coast expert when it comes to hip hop, you know, in here. So I'm going to let you take a lot of the reign on this one right here. But like I say, like what we always do here is we talk about the era of hip hop from 79 to 99. So that's the inception of recorded, what we call hip hop music, all the way through the golden era up until the millennium, or to before the millennium actually begins, because 2000, that's when the real new school really starts. So anyway, we're going to talk about the Juice Crew today. Started off with who started the Juice Crew? Was that Marley Marl?
So no, it wasn't actually. The Juice Crew started with this person. This is Mr. Magic. His nickname was Sir Juice. And yeah, his actual original Juice Crew consisted of him, a record executive. His name was Sal Abatiello, and artist Sweet G, DJ Junebug, and actually Curtis Blow. That was the original Juice Crew. But that's not the Juice Crew that most people really, you know, associate with, you know, that Mr. Magic had his Rap Attack show on let me put this up. Whoops, sorry.
WBLS.
Yeah, here we go. So WBLS, you know, 107.5 FM, and there you see, there goes Mr. Magic with the tie on. I think that's the tie, and that's Marley Marl to the left of him. So, you know, this was like the first hip hop show, you know, pure hip hop show on the East Coast. You know, we had, you know, K-Day, so it was like hip hop, you know, around the clock. But, you know, this was their hip hop show. And this was a showcase for him and a lot of people that, you know, that he put on. So, and that's really what this is about. When we talk about the Juice Crew, you know, this really all started with this sister right here. Let me put up her face. So this right here, this is Dimples D. Now, her first song was Sucker DJs, and this was a song that was basically like an answer. They kind of started the answer. They got the answer thing go, you know, on and cracking. So Sucker DJs was like an answer to Run DMC's Sucker MCs. It wasn't so much of a diss but it was basically like, okay, you talked about the Sucker MCs. Let me talk about the Sucker DJs. And in this song, she lays out a bunch of stuff that ultimately Marley Marl would be scratching, you know, for everything. I mean, when he's scratching Marley, it's from this song. When you talk about Marley Scratch, that was the first song with MC Shannon and Marley Marl. You know, they're basically scratching this like whole record. So, you know, it's you know, the shout out to this sister. Now, what happened was she recorded with Marley. They kind of did this little thing. They put this out there. Things didn't go very well, and then ultimately she kind of just moved on. And way after the fact, some European person decided to take her vocal from that song and put it over like some beat that mixed like I Dream of Jeannie, and it actually charted. So she ultimately made money, and there's actually a video out for this, that she did this after the fact. So she was able to capitalize on it. But I mean, she was part of a group, a rap group that actually had like Grandmaster D from Houdini as a part of it. So, she was doing her thing before she actually recorded Sucker DJs. But, when this really took off, it really took off with this sister right here, Roxanne Shante. Now, y'all may not have been around for this, but UTFO dropped this song called Roxanne, Roxanne. Mm-hmm. And Roxanne Shante, made a clap back, Roxanne's Revenge, or I don't remember exactly what it was called. But I mean, it started off a whole movement. There was like a ton of people. You had Roxanne's dad, Roxanne's, second cousin, you know what I'm saying? It just like you had everybody chiming in. So they literally called this the Roxanne Wars. It was an amazing thing, Sparky D jumped in and stuff. I mean, it was a whole bunch of stuff going on. So it was really on and cracking. But she was the one that did it. She jumped the gun because UTFO actually was thinking about putting out a real Roxanne to answer it. And because Roxanne just put it out there and beat them, they ended up suing her. And, it was a whole situation. They ended up releasing their own person that was the real Roxanne. But that wasn't even the female that end up taking on the moniker afterwards. So that first song, The Real Roxanne, that was this dark-skinned sister. But the worst thing that they moved on with it was this sort of like light-skinned mixed sister, fine sister that so that she bang zoom go or whatever, and Howie's teed off and all this stuff, Romeo. So they ultimately they got it together, and they ultimately everybody squashed this stuff. It's just business, but that's what happened to that. But, we can talk about the bridge because, Shan pretty much lays this out. Dimple D, she was when her and Marley Marl cut her plate, then, it came down to Girl Shocks, Roxanne Shante. And these third in line is me, MC Shannon, the place to be. Now, this dude, he came out with a song. Well, the first song was Marley Scratch. Okay. This is one of my favorite songs ever. I mean, his cadence on this, I mean, he did his work. We got Mr. Walk in the house. What's up? What's going on with you, Mr. Walk?
What's up, man? I had to feed these damn dogs, man. They was going
I understand. You got to take it. So we talking about the legendary Juice Crew. We just basically set it up how it started with Dimples D, and then Roxanne Shante, and then MC Shan. So I'm basically laying it down from like in the bridge how he breaks it off.
Well, hold on. Let me spin it back one time. Let me touch on one thing that you did mention. You mentioned Sweet Tea. Is that the same Sweet Tea?
Not Sweet Tea, Dimples D.
Okay. You meant to say
Sweet Tea, a whole different sister, a whole different OG. From Herbie Love Bugs movement. Herbie Azor.
That's a whole different show. It's my beat. Oh, that's dope. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I love it. Hey, man, I love it. Yeah. But so we bringing it back to MC Shan. So his first song was The Bridge. And this is like a revolutionary song. His first song was Marley Scratch. But, he did a song after that called The Bridge. And that was a song where he really sort of like Marley Marl's really kind of showing us about how he's going to flip that machine and do that sampling. Because he sampled Impeach the President. And he didn't just play it. He sampled like the snare and the kick and then literally broke it all up, did all of this stuff. So, he was one of the first people to really sort of like, laid it down like that.
Now, hold on. Before you go any further, let me spin it back one time and let you know that he didn't even intend to actually sample that snare. It was triggered by accident with some of the equipment that he was using. And then he heard how he triggered it. He was like, oh, I can do this. He actually made that, part of the production. So go ahead, go from there.
And you can go out there and check out Marley Marl. He's got videos on YouTube about how he's created this stuff. He talks about ghost notes and all this stuff. This dude was a master producer, great flavor. I know a lot of people were complaining in the beginning saying, hey, man, we brought him the record and he flipped it and he got all the credit. But, people disrespecting the producer understand, look, not everybody can transfer this to that. basically he still put his stamp and flavor on it. You should have got some co-production on it like Master Ace did. He made sure he was taken care of. But
if that's the case, then P. Diddy's a master producer. Come on now, we gotta keep it 100 and keep it.
There is a difference.
There's a major difference.
Exactly.
There's a major difference. Because again, bringing somebody the record or whatever, what we're talking about, what Marley was doing with the actual, programming of it, the sampling of it, he talked about these ghost notes and how he'd spice it up and do all these things, the noises, how he's running the lawnmower, the hairdresser backwards and stuff like that, creating all these sounds. How he was doing songs like even in the bridge, how it's got that and stuff like that. He's like the first one doing that type of stuff. So it's a whole different flavor, different level of producing. When you talk about Marley Marl and P. Diddy, I that's borderline disrespectful. But yeah, so we talk about the bridge. Go ahead. Were you about to say something, El Poo?
I was wondering, was Mantronic around at that time? Because he was doing some innovative stuff.
He was doing some super innovative. He took it to another level. So that was kind of like after that, still around that same time, because he was doing, he was producing Tila Rock and Just Ice, and Greg Nice. Greg Nice was the beatbox before he was on Nice and Smooth and stuff like that. So yeah, Mantronic, MCT, I think that was his rapper and stuff like that. So yeah, Mantronic's, this was the dude that would take noises and do advanced production and stuff like that. So, shout out to and I believe Mantronics with the X is the group, and Mantronic with the K is the actual producer. So right. I may have flipped that, but that's the difference. One is X, one ends in K, one's the group, one's the actual dude.
Yes, sir. So yeah, Marley Marl was very innovative, but I'm just letting you know, there's a whole lot of other people, Larry Smith, a whole lot of other producers out there that was just as talented, doing great things too. But Marley Marl, he does stand alone because he, this Juice Crew was the first actual crew that I can recall that came together with all these MCs and that producer, or maybe even the other producers that was actually in there helping out too. But there was the first like rap crew, like Native Tongue and whoever else had like little crews of different.
I refer to it as a hip hop collective. Yes, they were the first organized hip hop collective that hit you sort of kind of like a group, but individually, they did what they did.
Yeah, I agree with that. That works. That works. Okay, so Shan, so the bridge came out, and why was that such a big hit, and what was the controversy behind that?
Well, first of all, you're talking about the bridge, Queens Bridge, that's the project. And that's where a lot of legendary people came out of, not just the Juice Crew, but when you're talking about people like Nas, like Mobb Deep, it's just been a birthplace for a movement of hip hop. So it wasn't where hip hop began. And that was kind of like where the scuttlebutt happened with KRS-One, because he was talking about where it all began for the bridge, not hip hop. So that's why he stressed, when he responded to KRS, saying that, basically they just wanted to use us to get on the bandwagon, which he did, but he did to perfection. And I'm glad it did, because the legend that is KRS was necessary. But what happened with that? What happened was that KRS-One submitted his demo to Mr. Magic. He wanted to be part of the Juice Crew, and Mr. Magic was kind of a dick and just kind of disrespected him. And that, so once you did that, it's like, you know how we are. We can feel how we feel about you, but once you come at us, we on your head. So he's like, well, I'm gonna go after your guys. I'm gonna go after MC Shan. And you're talking about South Bronx. That's just a legendary clapback.
Okay,
I told him.
Hold on. Let me say this real quick first. Legend has it that he had came down to the studio, I guess, down there, and stole some reels. KRS had stole, or somebody in his crew had stole Marley Marl's reels, and that's where they got the drums from to make what the bridge is over. I guess the name of the song is. Anyway, but go ahead and say what you're gonna say, Walt.
I never heard that story, but it's just like you want to be down and you get this. I remember I sent my demo to Luke Records, and he sent me a letter back like, "Oh, you're not what we're looking for." I'm like, "Fuck Luke Skywalker Records, motherfucker." You know what I'm saying? Of course, you want to be down. You trying to get on. That's what happened with KRS-One. He was trying to get on with the Juice Crew. He would have fit in perfectly too. It was, but they was on their Queensbridge shit. They was on their Queensbridge shit. So get it.
But they had some Brooklyn dudes in there though, because Biz Markie and Big
Kane?
Daddy Kane, yeah. So they missed the ball. They should have recruited him. That they messed that up, But you know what about that story that he's talking about? That's true because that's what they're saying. But Said G, who's actually the producer who actually did the like the Bridges Over and stuff like that, he said that that he sampled that stuff directly from Impeach the President. He said we didn't take none of his sounds and nothing like that. They putting that out there, but he's saying that whatever. But I mean that could just be two people just not either not agreeing or just one person's making up something, whatever. Because a lot of those ultramagnetic dudes, TR Love and whatever, they say that Said G is taking more credit than he deserves. So I don't know. I Said G is one of my favorite hip hop producers. So he was a big part of all of it. So he was part of that collective. But no, we talk about the Bridge is Over. So he did the Bridge, then they did South Bronx. MC Shan responded with Kill That Noise, and then Karis responded with The Bridge is Over, which is the super classic clapback. So
Okay, yeah. In fact, correct me on that. Yeah, that's right. It was the South Bronx. That's the either way.
Karis once said, if MC Shan did not respond, I might not be where I'm at right now today. If he didn't come with the Kill That Noise, you know what I'm saying? Because he responded. Like, look at what's going on with Brother Game and all these people he's dissing. They're just not responding, and you're not hearing nothing from the game.
So but yeah,
but using a producer's ear, that snare don't sound like Impeach the President's snare. It sounds like a whole different snare sound. That's just my opinion because I know production. I know how to make sounds and sample and sound design and stuff like that. I don't know how they did it, but that sounds like a whole different snare to me.
I basically recreated, I did a song that was like kind of like it was a reflection, not to be getting walk started with that word, but it was a reflection of The Bridge is Over. And I did use that Impeach the President. I'm just telling you, that's and Marley Marl, that's what his kick, that's what his snare was. So I'm just saying that, I think that's what it was. But after that, then you have Craig G. I'm saying in The Bridge, that's what he talks about. MC Man, he's known as Craig. So, Craig G came out with, I think, Transformer, and he came out with
Science.
Ultimately, he did that. Dropping Science is a little bit later, but yeah, Dropping Science is one of my favorites.
When you say a little bit later, what year are you talking about?
Dropping Science is after he did the In Control.
Yeah,
so,
like
no,
that's like 87.
Dropping Science is 88, bro. Dropping Science is 88. Google it if you want.
It's on the In Control album. It's Dropping Science.
Shit, where's song?
Well, I'm just telling you.
Dropping Science is 88, 1988.
Wait, I'm just saying it was on the Dropping Science is actually on the he did it on his album, but I'm just saying it is actually on that In Control album as well. So I'm just saying that and I think the In Control album dropped before Craig G's album. Now I may be wrong about that, but I'm just saying that's my recollection.
Born to Be Wild, MC Shan was 87. This is what I'm saying. Like Craig G been down with Juice Crew. He was just a young lad, and they let him do some shit every now and then. So when did In Control? When did Marley Marl drop that one? What year was
I'm
that?
not sure, but Transformer was way
that's
before.
88. That's 88.
Yeah, but Transformer came out before then. Transformer came out. I mean, if we want to talk about that, that was his first single. That came out way before then. So that's what I'm saying that because even Craig G had like Rikers Island and stuff like that. This was like, what year was that about?
You mean Cool G Rap?
Cool G Rap. Sorry, Cool G Rap. I'm just saying that the Transformer and because in The Bridge he talks about Craig G. He don't talk about Cool G Rap. So I'm just saying that Transformer, if you look at that record, that came out, that came out before that. So that's what I'm saying. That came out a little bit later. But then you're talking about Big Daddy Kane, because Big Daddy Kane, his first single was Getting to It / Rhyming with Biz and Getting to It. So it was Getting to It, Something Funky and Rhyming with Biz. That was his first single. And that was when Marley Marl says that, that was his favorite. When he was working with everybody, everybody was dope and did thing. But he said, but Kane was just a whole nother level with it. So that was when he was like, really appreciating. So there goes the man Craig G. And I'm pretty sure you're going to flip over to Big Daddy Kane. There you go.
Kane.
Big Daddy Kane, the smooth
Kane.
operator
Kane.
over there. So that's when you have the crew. When you're talking about Craig G, you're talking about Big Daddy Kane, you're talking about
Biz Markie.
Biz Markie, and even Biz Markie is like kind of a little bit before what I'm about to talk about, because when you talk about make the music with your mouth, he had that was kind of, what would you say that was a single, or was that an EP? Because I mean, it had about 4 or 5 songs on it.
That was a single.
It had it had the Biz Dance, it had Make the Music with Your Mouth, The Coming to Take Me Away. And,
Nobody beats the Biz. Nobody beats the Biz.
That was a follow-up single. That wasn't on the original one. Yeah, that was dope.
Wait, they were always singles. What are you talking about? They always singles.
I'm talking the songs that I just said were all on the same single. There was no EPs.
Single. He didn't drop an EP. They was dropping singles.
The first single that he dropped had at least 3 or 4 songs on it. That's what I'm talking about. It had the Bismarck Dance. Sure. It had Positive. 100%. I had this record. I probably still have this record. So I was telling you on that record. That's why I was saying, was it an EP? It had like 4 or 5 songs. It had They're Coming to Take Me Away on it. It had Make the Music with Your Mouth, and it had the Biz Dance for sure. I don't remember what else it had on it, but it definitely had at least those 3 songs on it. So and of course he had those remixes and stuff, the dub edits and like that. So it was like a bunch of stuff on it. But Nobody Beat the Biz, that was like his second one. Now, before that, or I should say around that time, Roxanne Shante, her first record was like Roxanne's Revenge or whatever that was called. But she also had a few songs. She had, Payback. She had Bite This, and the Deaf Fresh Crew with Biz Markie. That was really sort of like his like intro and stuff like that. So, and Biz Markie is the one that actually brought in Big Daddy Kane, because both of them was from Brooklyn. That was his peoples.
Yeah, that was his writer, basically.
Right, and Big Daddy Kane also knew Karis One. Like, Karis One told a story how Big Daddy Kane helped him and Miss Melody move into their apartment. He was helping them move. They knew each other. So, it's just a small world back in the Bronx and Queensbridge and all that stuff. Brooklyn, same thing.
Yeah, well, they all used to like a lot of perform in the same places. So, it was like a friendly rivalry. Even though they were going back and forth, they would like literally do shows together. And I remember MC Shan saying that like Scott LaRock ended up slapping some female, and like a whole bunch of people was on his head that they was going like murder him or something. And they had him like, hey, you need to just get on our bus. We'll take care of you and stuff like that. So even though you had these records going back and forth, it wasn't necessarily real animosity. Like, in these days, people was dying behind beefs. When you talk about like the drill and all this other stuff. So it was a different era.
Yeah. What's the name? Should have took what's up, boy? Draco the Ruler should have took heed to that for the beef nowadays. Like, he came to a show, it's a bunch of YG goons, and it's like his friends like, wait, there they go. And he like, nah, I'm getting out. And let's see what happened.
Yeah, let me spin this back one time, because we talking about the 79. No disrespect.
I think you're kind of muting out. Maybe it's just me.
No, it might be me.
Yeah.
No.
So then we talk about, then they added this person. Oh man, my. So here we got, this is, I believe that's Granddaddy IU, right?
Hell no.
Oh, that's who's that? That must be one of the.
That's our Cool V. That's Cool V.
Cool V. Sorry. This is Granddaddy IU. There we go. So this is the dude that wrote that flamer for Roxanne Shante, Big Mama, or whatever it is, where she went and attacked all the other sisters.
Yeah, it's called Big Bad Mama.
Big Bad Mama.
If you ain't heard it, go check it out. It's so disrespectful.
There's Latifah, MC Light, Yo-Yo. There's a lot of. Or he did then. Granddad IU. But yeah, I remember that song.
He got blackballed because of that.
Well, the thing about it was, we should have mentioned one big player in all of this was Fly Tie, the manager Fly Tie, the record label owner, Cole Chillin. So I think we got the emblem for that. But he went to Granddaddy IU and he says, look, I'm gonna pay you a certain amount of money, but I got a list of people. I want you to make a song dissing all of these people, and that's how that song came about.
Yeah, well, hey, he took the money. I ain't mad at him.
And and the thing about it then, back in those days, the record companies, there was a lot of stuff going on, and the money was just not being managed right. There were people that were thieves, but a big part of it was just that the business just wasn't run right, and these a lot of people weren't making money from this. I know that Shan barely got much of anything from those first 2 albums. I know that KRS-One was getting jerked by B-Boy Records, so he wasn't getting nothing really from those first 2 albums.
Sleeping Bag too.
It was B-Boy Records. It was B-Boy Records. So he's lit at B-Boy Records you just can't trust. So it was very clearly that. And and that created animosity between Scott LaRock Jr. and KRS-One, because he's talking about, you not doing all this, not whatever. But I don't know if he was really ever getting money from that, So in fact, De La Soul wasn't getting money from their stuff. They just recently worked that out, maybe about 2 years ago.
Something like that. But let me put a picture of Fly Ty up here, because that man, he was intricate in the movement of the Juice Crew. And G-Rap said, Fly Ty, the man got a leopard tie. One of his songs.
And he was the dude that I think he worked on the Rap Attack show. I don't know if he executive produced that show or something like that. So that was the whole connection to the Cold Chillin' records. So you talking about Mr. Magic, and which of course was the rival to what was going on the other side of town with Red Alert, DJ Red Alert, and that's who KRS-One sort of up with. So when you had it wasn't just enough that you had Mr. Magic and MC Shan or whatever, but it was also the Red Alert BDP angle as far as them back and forth. So that was a big part of that.
Spin that back. Let's get back to the Juice Crew.
All right, let's get on back to it.
Now, Big Daddy, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I said Big Daddy Kane was one of the first people that kind of just pulled away from the Juice Crew. And maybe part of that was his friendship with KRS-One that played a part, in it. But ultimately, everybody, I don't say everybody. Who did I just say? It was Big Daddy Kane. And then I remember that Craig G had kind of pulled away from it, because they literally ended up having a game, I think. And then when Master Ace kind of pulled back from it, because it really kind of disbanded at some point, and they even had a song where they were dissing, Juice Crew now, but nothing changed or whatever, but the weather. But ultimately, Big Daddy Kane was a big part in getting it all back together, because these cats actually ended up doing shows later, in fact. So we have the crew right there, and I thought we were gonna have the picture where Glamorous was even performing with them. I'm not too terribly familiar with her, other than the fact that her verse was on the Juice Crew All Stars, and the Juice Crew All Stars, that's where they sort of put on Tragedy Gaddafi. So that's one of the legendary people. We didn't put his face up, but Intelligent Hoodlum, one of the Queens OGs, hip hop greats, because he really was the father of the style. When you talk about Nas, when you talk about Nori, you're talking about all that stuff. When the next generation kind of took over it, he was like the head of that. So shout out to the Intelligent Hoodlum.
Well, wasn't he on the In Control Volume 1?
Yes, he had a song called, I think it was he had 2 songs on it.
I don't know, but I know he used that James Brown.
I want to say it was because it was 2 songs he had on it, which I thought were dope. I remember his, and he also had a verse on Juice Crew All Stars.
Not important. That shit was trash. All them shit was trash.
Oh no!
I thought it was dope.
I thought it was dope. J-Walk, you turn into the ultimate hater on here, bro. You be hating.
No, I'm saying, when you get into stuff from the 90s, Intelligent Hoodlum, and from 92 to 94, them shits, all that was trash. The Juice Crew was over. That's part of why I'm just saying.
That is ridiculous.
This was 92. This was 88.
Exactly. And first of all, those 2 songs that he had were bangers. So Craig G had Duck Alert and Dropping Science, I believe. Those were the 2 songs that he had on there. They had a song with heavy.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, he had 2 songs. He had 2 songs, and Craig G had 2 songs on In Control. So Duck Alert,
Live Motivator.
Motivator. That was one of the songs, which was dope.
And The Rebel.
And The Rebel, yeah, Tragedy, The Rebel is here. Yeah, both of those songs was banging. I loved it. So, that was that. But Craig G had Duck Alert, and Duck Alert
Sorry,
was
I'm sleeping on it. Sorry. Go ahead. Y'all finish. Let me know when y'all get to Master Ace and
we already talked about
Biz.
Master Ace, but we, again,
we'll talk more in depth about Master Ace.
Yeah, we'll talk more about Biz and stuff too. But he made me lose my train of thought. But a Duck Alert was a diss song about Red Alert.
Ooh.
So yeah, and not only that, he even had a line in there where he dissed Herbie. He's like, don't want to be sounding like Herbie. Oops, I mean Marley, because Herbie's a beat biter. That was one of the lines that Craig G had in there. So that's what's up.
Go Craig G.
Go Craig G. So so then let's talk about Biz Markie. So Biz Markie was arguably the biggest breakout from the Juice Crew, because when you talk about Just a Friend, I mean that's like probably the biggest hit from that whole movement. That off the hand, that's what I'm thinking. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking that was after the Juice Crew, but I hear what you're saying.
But he's a member of the Juice Crew. I mean, it came out of the movement of the Juice Crew.
Right.
The Wu-Tang may break up and do individual things, but they still Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about the people that are the members of the Juice Crew, I think the biggest hit that came out of there was probably Just a Friend.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, because that was his biggest hit, anyway. So it's young people know that song to this day. So that's how big it was.
They kind of moved different back then in the 80s, the mid 80s. Like how we first heard of Biz, it was gradually. It was just like, okay, here's a little song. And then you knew who he was. When he dropped that album in 88, The Diabolical Biz, that was like freaking awesome, which is one of my favorite songs right there. The Bismarck is a go off. That was like, that blew my mind right there. I know he didn't write it, but he was flexing some lyrics in that song too. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I like how Snoop Dogg kind of I forgot. I just totally
talking about the Vapors. He did the Vapors.
Yes, the Vapors. Yes. My bad. The Vapors. Redid the Vapors, which I never liked. I never liked the original Vapors. And I damn sure didn't like the Snoop Dogg remake, but it was homage to it.
But you liked MC Hammer.
Everybody liked MC Hammer.
I didn't like MC Hammer.
That was over 25 million albums sold.
I didn't like MC Hammer.
Who's wrong, buddy?
I didn't like it either.
Yeah. I mean, Vanilla Ice sold a whole bunch of whatever, but again, that doesn't make that song better. I mean,
listen, 25 million. So who more? Even though I know it's not a word, who more writer? So go ahead.
You're talking about who's more popular. Yeah. So
who more writer? Me or you? You wronger, I'm writer, nigga.
Well, first of all, it's 2-1 that we think that Biz Markie, this stuff is better than MC Hammer. But anyways, so yes, Biz Markie, that was a dope album. That was a dope. Not everybody. I didn't like him. MC El Pooh.
Did you have his tape?
El Pooh. Hell no, I didn't have his tape. Hell no, I didn't have his tape.
Still don't have it.
I heard it.
Still don't have an MC Hammer.
Oh, how did you hear it?
I listened.
How did you hear it? It was on the radio. You couldn't get away from
it. And it was garbage.
Nigga, I'll play Hammer. Y'all know the shit word for word, just
I wouldn't know the word for word.
No, we don't.
You gotta understand, Walt. I'm also a few years older than you, so that was like really childish music. I'm just saying that MC Hammer wasn't popping with our era and stuff like that. I'm just saying my era. Maybe your era was maybe more tolerant of that type of stuff.
Hold on, let me say this. Wait. Let me say this much. Hammer don't care if you like him or not because he sold 25 million. Okay, so there you go. Let's go.
He is a great dancer, great hip hopper.
Oh, he's a great entertainer.
And a great person.
Stop it.
Yeah. But back to the legendary Juice Crew. Now let's talk about some albums. We talk about Big Daddy Kane's first album, Long Live the Kane. This was a Marley Marl special. Now he had his first song, Getting to It and Rhyming with Biz. And the other song, Something Funky, was basically the same beat. It was just him solo without Biz Markie on it. One of my absolute favorite joints right there. Using substitution, and Marley Marl scratching funky. But yeah, you know, that song's a banger. And then he had like songs like Long Live the King, where he's sampling the meters. You know, the meters was a big part of hip hop at that point in time. And obviously, you know, James Brown. So there's a bunch of heaters on there. The fast songs, you know, REW, you know, Set It Off, you know, just so that's just a great album. Great album cover too.
Half-stepping. Yeah, ain't no half-stepping.
Man, I was listening to Set It Off. I was listening to Set It Off like about a month ago. Like, it still withstands the test of time. See, it's a lot of records. I heard this in a movie. Just because it's old don't mean it's a classic. Big Daddy Kane got some straight classic records that still, like, you play it, you will be looking at the speaker like, this nigga did this in 87? Like, for real? Like, for real. Like salute to Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
Play it, and you'll be like, I can't hold back phone because I'm.
That's more like 80. That's actually 88 though, brother. Since you like,
well, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised to sound great like that, because me and Brick Walls, rest in peace, always talked about that was like the greatest era. So we referred that as the Highlands, the back end of the 80s. So, you know, that was when people were sampling without, clearing everything, so they could do whatever they wanted. And you're gonna have those ridiculous productions, you know, that you just couldn't afford to do nowadays after Biz Markie got sued and De La got sued and things changed. But you know. So then we talked about Big Daddy Kane's album. You know, I would talk about MC Shan's album, but I don't think you guys even really heard or really messing with. You know, MC Shan has
Born to Be Wild is the first album tape that I ever bought with my own money. I know Born to Be Wild.
And who was that? Who's that?
MC Shan.
That was MC Shan's second album. That was his second album.
Well,
it was very
but
good.
That's the first album I bought.
Yeah.
That's the first one I bought.
So his first album was Down by Law, and that was the one that had Project Ho on it. That was the one that had the bridge on it.
Left Me Lonely.
So yeah, so that there's some bangers on it. You know, Living in the World of Hip Hop.
Wait, he said lipstick written on the bathroom mirror. That was a long ass note she probably wrote, because that was like a whole 16 parts.
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah.
It was dope. I loved it. So
This is one with the bridge on there and everything. Down
bridge,
by Law.
yeah.
Jane.
Yeah, Jane stopped this crazy thing. So using the Jetsons, you know, Jane. You know, that's actually George Jetson that he sampled. Again, you could do all that stuff because they weren't getting it cleared.
Yeah.
So
it was like
happened.
smile now, cry later. Smile now, cry later type of situation.
You know, another good song in this album I like was Kill That Noise. I like this.
Yep, Kill That Noise. So that was a response to the South Bronx. And again, that was more about just setting the facts straight. That look, we ain't say that hip hop started in hip hop. We're just talking about that when what started in the parks, you know, when Queen Bridge got their start, it started in the parks. So that's what he was saying.
Okay, well, let me ask you this though, because the second album, Born to Be Wild, I don't know no songs on here. I'm looking at it right now. I don't know none of these.
Hey, that was the first album that Walk bought, and it had, you know, Born to Be Wild. It had Back to the Basics on it. You know, it had this song. A lot of people don't know, but it's Juice Cool Law. But particularly, go check out the Juice Cool Law remix. That's where MC Shan actually answers back to, you know, The Bridge Is Over. I mean, it's a banger. So that's dope. You know, you have I'm trying to remember what other songs on that. He had Give Me My Freedom, which was also on a soundtrack album. I want to say that it might have been on Colors or something like that. He had a song, you know, Colors had a few songs on it. It had like the Butcher Shop, you know, it had Roxanne Shante, Go On Girl, you know what I'm saying? So it was a Marley Marl he put some stuff on that album. That album was pretty good. The Colors album. That Salt and Pepper song there was a banger. I forgot what it's called, but you know, Let the Rhythm Hit Him. So yeah, so you know, shout out to that. But then talk about, you know, because Roxanne Shante, she was like the first. You know, Dimples D was the first, but you know, Roxanne Shante was really kind of the person that kind of got it going. But she actually released the album. It was like later. Like her first album came out after all those other people.
Yeah, way too late. Too late.
You know.
Like what was that? 91, 90, something like that.
I don't remember when it was, but yeah, it was like way late in the game.
And it was kind of trash too. It was kind of trash. I did buy that tape. I think I got it out the warehouse bin. I think I got it for like $1.99. I kind of want my money back too.
No, she had some dope songs. I mean, she had some dope songs leading up that. So talk about Payback, and you talk about Fight,
She's legendary.
and
She's
you talk
legendary.
about Day, where in my opinion,
And
you might have
she came out.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, and here's the thing too with the Roxanne Shante, with UTFO, Kango Kid. He said this. He said this because when they, years later, they've been doing shows together for years, the Roxanne shit. So, but he said nobody knew that Kango Kid was actually Haitian. He was his mom and his parents was Haitian immigrants, and she told him, she said, if I would have known you was Haitian, oh, this battle would have went a lot different.
No, yeah.
Because back then, it was you remember back in the 80s, like you go question somebody where their parents from, African or Haitian, whatever. You going in. Think about it. Just think about it from when we was in the 80s. But yeah, she said that, but it was all up.
Yeah, shout out to, first of all, rest in peace to the legendary, Kango Kid. Rest in peace to the legendary educated rapper, from the legendary UTFO.
Oh, he passed too.
Yeah, he passed first.
Man.
He passed first.
Oh,
he had like a drug problem. He was the educated rapper, but he was doing the dumbest shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's how these drugs are. These drugs are a terrible thing. And my sympathy to anybody to get caught up with it, because once your chemistry gets all messed up, it gets messed up.
So you say the smartest one was saying the dumbest shit? Sound like this show.
Hey, I wish I could give you a horn for that one. But so
let's go on to my favorite rapper from the Juice Crew, which was Cool G Rap. Let's talk about him.
Now, we did a show on this brother, but I'm definitely fine with rehashing the fact that he's definitely my favorite rapper. He's probably my favorite rapper all time, not just favorite rapper of the Juice Crew. And that first album, it had some joints on it, man. I love
Road to the Riches.
Started off with that, just boom.
Bruh. I think that's the name of the album too, right?
It's the name of the album, Road to the Riches.
Check this out. He had a line in there, but I had to listen to this the other day. That's it. That dude said, I turned the Mike last name to Tyson.
Oh man. yeah, exactly, man. He was a master lyricist, he was just a master pattern guy, and just man, the way that he flipped things, he was just dope, and had a dope delivery. I know he had a lisp, but to me, his whole package sounded dope. You know what I'm saying?
Right. With that, and that kind of motivated Eric Sherman. Of course, we know he has a lisp as well. So yeah. Cool G is like, this is like. A lot of times people get lost in sauce. Like Cool G definitely just gets overlooked, especially when they talk about the top 10, the top 5. I don't have Biggie in my top 10, but you don't hear Cool G in the top 10 a lot of times. You just don't. Dude's a master lyricist. Pen game was sick for that time, and it was no shortage because he would write. So his rhymes will be so long, they'll be like, you can't do 300 bars in one freaking ball, dude. Like, you cut it in half. Figure out where to cut. You tell us where you want to cut it at, but do 16.
that really happened. He would overwrite. That's just how he just about it, just natural and just all this stuff. He did that. So
In fact, his verse for the symphony was so long that Marley had to cut it off, and then the other half of it, I think, went to Men at Work. I think it was. Anyway. The whole point is, G-Rap is a fool, man. This dude, man, he said something one time. If she's around the pound, around the check to tape, something he said. It's just his line, his patterns was just crazy dope. And you know what? Yeah, Big is not in my top 10, and Pac is not in my top 10. In fact, I would put Pun ahead of them.
Yep. Wow. Hey, and Pun is a disciple of Cool G. You know what I'm saying? You can tell that his style, So it was there, definitely. So that's for.
Hey, Walk. Remember we was in the studio at John Boy House, and we had sampled something off Big Pun album, and we was listening to that. I'm like, man, Pun was a fool. Like back in the act.
Dead in the middle of Little Italy. Little did we know that we riddled 2 middlemen that didn't do diddly. Woo! Wow.
Yeah, that dude was special. He was special. Rest in peace to that brother,
Had to spend that
back in the back of the, you talking about packing the Mac in the back of the act. Packing the Mac in the back of the act. Back in that. Oh man, you know I'm fresh with
But that sounds just like some
Rest in
stuff that G-Rap did way back in 87, 88.
And he acknowledged that. He said that Cool G said he literally, obviously, it must be a metaphor because I don't know if he could really like get on his knees or something like that. But I know he said he kissed his ring, you know. But yeah, you know, that was.
I think that was actually what happened. Yeah.
Somebody had to help his ass back up. But you know, rest in peace, you know. But so those are those individual albums, you know, and Big Daddy Kane, he kind of went to like some smooth stuff. So the first album, Marley Marl produced it, but the next album, he really kind of executive produced it and just had like Marley Marl did a song. He had
Teddy
Riley do a song, you know what I'm saying? He had Prince Paul do a song, you know what I'm saying?
He also had your boy Easy Mo B did some songs. Yeah, he did a lot of songs himself too. So yeah, you know, he did what he did, but he slowly started going to, like you said, that smooth stuff and everything, and that's why he kind of lost me. Big Daddy Kane is one of my favorite artists, but when he went to Taste the Chocolate and Looks Like a Job for, I was done. I was done with him.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Brick
Darkness.
Yeah, all that.
Me and Brick Walls used to say that once he went hardcore the lover route because he went up posing in Playgirl. He was in Madonna's White Book. You know, he just went all out into it. You know what I'm saying? And we were just like, yeah, nah. You know, he's still legendary. He's still on my Rushmore. But yeah, I wasn't really messing with the direction in which he was going. But that brother came back with a vengeance because he's the person that put him back on tours. He was the person, like I said, he was like kind of the first person to leave the Juice Crew. He was the first person to kind of really bring the Juice Crew back together. So, you know, shout out to Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah, we got to give this props too. He was the one that put Jay-Z on too. Ooh.
I was just about to say that before I got sidetracked. So, you know, you talk about a legend in the game. Whew, Jay-Z is that dude, you know.
Yeah.
That was really some real insight just to bring Jay-Z along and he would have him open shows and when he would spit the fast rap would just blow people's minds. Like Ice-T has a story like he remember when he first met Jay-Z was in his house and Kane brought him through. And it was this one night they was all drinking and getting fucked up and Jay-Z just went on a damn rap spree. Fast rap, slow rap, and they was just there blowing the fuck away high as fuck like, God damn, this motherfucker is talented. Like, there's a story Ice-T tells on his podcast. Like, he was just blown away by this kid. And Jay-Z was only like fucking 18 or 19 years old.
Yeah. DJ Clark Kent said he was the God MC way back then when he found him.
Yeah, him and Jazz, they were doing that super speedy flow and stuff like that. The originators and stuff like that. So yeah, no, they were doing that, you know. And in fact, you know that you know how that freestyle where you hear Biggie rapping about, you know, I got 7 Mac 11s or whatever, 12, whatever stuff, all this stuff, and then he's followed up by Tupac rapping. Well, it's a legendary freestyle that
on stage, right?
So on stage, that was at a Big Daddy show, and what happened was, not Big Pun, what's his name? Fat Joe. They were trying to get Fat Joe to rap after that, and Big Daddy Kane was like, "All right, that's enough of that." He killed it, and Fat Joe was like, "Oh man, he saved me because there was no way that I was gonna follow him up properly." He was like that. So you know that was at a Big Daddy Kane show. So you know, shout out to Big Daddy Kane. You know, one of my greatest favorite references. He says, "When I'm stepping on roaches, I get ferocious, supercalifragilistic expialidocious." I mean, he just did like crazy stuff that just was like, who the hell would think about putting supercalifragilistic expialidocious in a rhyme? But you know, Big Daddy Kane was just next level. He was the master of the punchline. You know, so.
Yeah, he was one of them. Yeah, he was. But not to be getting off track, but Chino XL had punchlines, man.
Yeah, those cats. Yeah, that's the thing about it. These guys took the game so far, and a lot of these other guys, you know, picked up the baton and took it to the next level. You know, so, you know, shout out, R.I.P. to that brother. There's too many R.I.Ps on the show, but you know, that's how it is. So,
and we're gonna have more to come. So spin that back.
Nature of the game, brother. Nature of the game. So who else? Who else was from this crew, or at least we want to talk about some albums? So we talked about Biz, we talked about Canes, we talked about let's talk about Master Aces. You said you want to talk about Master Ace.
Yeah,
Walk.
let's talk about Master Ace.
Master Ace. He's still making albums. Y'all don't even want to attempt to listen to his new
Ouch.
shit.
Ouch.
I'm talking about the stuff from back in the 80s and 90s, 94, Born a Row. I mean, but his contribution to the Juice Crew was significant. And he would do a lot of songs, and he was just real hungry. Like even that song, Me and the Biz, where he got Biz to do that. Like Biz was just so busy, he did the song. He said, "Fuck that! I'm making a video for this shit." Biz was like overseas or something, and he made the bit. Remember the video with the puppet? Me and the Biz.
Because he actually laid down the vocal. Because Biz didn't show up to actually record the song, so that's him pretending to be Biz Markie on the song rapping. So
really,
yeah,
that's
not that. Biz Markie on that song. That's him doing the voice, and they decided because he probably wrote that rhyme and it was like a reference rhyme, and they just was like they said, hey, he's like, let me just do it. They were like kidding around. They're like, no, let's just roll with that. So So Biz Markie didn't even show up, didn't record in the studio, didn't do nothing.
Once again, you learn so much right here on the Spin That Back.
Go listen to it. You can tell he's mocking him, but he does a good job of him. You know what I'm saying? It's respectful. But Biz is a crazy dude. So even when you're mocking Biz, it's like it's all love and crazy. You know what I'm saying? Biz was just a lovable cat. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Biz. You know what I'm saying? So
I met Biz Markie one time. Wow. It was at World on Wheels. World on Wheels. He was playing that game 1942 or whatever. It was at World on Wheels, and I was a kid. I'm like 12, 13, like because he was performing that night too. And he was losing. Then he was like, give me another quarter to I think I don't know if it was Coovey or something. And he was trying to get past his level, and I was just standing there looking like, holy shit, this is fucking Biz Markie here playing a video game. And cool. Then he performed, killed it. This that World on Wheels. It's like 87
that is a cool memory, brother. That is a cool memory.
But I know the Slaughterhouse was my favorite album from Master Ace. Great album. I think
Death to the Whack MCs. Death to the Whack MCs. Well, Slaughterhouse was
Dodgers.
Yeah, so I mean, to me, I love like Master Ace Incorporated. I mean, Live from New York is Saturday night. I mean, there's some bangers on that.
That was like his reinvention. It was like a reinvention. He had some cool songs on there. I mean, nothing really like stood out besides, you know what I'm saying? He had a
lot of stuff stood out to me.
But I mean,
the INC, the INC, and that's when he had let me see who the rapper that was. Paula, I forgot what her name was.
Paula Patton, I think it was called.
Yeah, and then
no, not Paula Patton, because that's
the actress.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was but remember what's the knapsack? Who's the dude that was rapping? I can't believe it. I always think about because remember the dude who did Whoa? He was like him. He was, he was him before him. So I'm not talking about that dude. That was a Black Rob. But he was who was this dude? He did that song called Knapsack, but he was a grimy dude,
You talking about Black Moon?
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking
about from Slaughterhouse.
I forgot what his name, but shout out to that dude. I apologize that I forgot your name, but he was like the original one of them sort of like OG grimy backpack dudes. You know what I'm saying? He was like he was the muscle of that little little connection.
Was it Lord Digger?
Lord Digger. Oh. Yeah. So man. So yeah. Shout out. These cats. I loved how they reinvented themselves and sort of like create these after posses and stuff like these after connections. Because you have Busta, who was part of Leaders of the Underground and stuff like that. But then he went and did his flip mode stuff. So it's just like
One more thing about Lord Digger. I think he was the producer on there too, though. I think he was producing most of that stuff.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, I love that they did some dope stuff, And then Busta had his guy too. I forgot who is I might even be mixing up the knapsack with his guy that I forgot that was from Flip Mode. But and I know he had Raw Digger. There was Yeah, it was like I looked that up after the show, but yeah, you know, it's a blur. We owed, yeah, we owed. Well,
That's
he
like
said,
a
you know,
diss
it's like a
thing.
flow. It was like a chorus where he's like some Naps big backpack or whatever, something like that. It was like I forgot what it's called, but you know, that actually was like his single. He didn't have like a big illustrious, you know, individual career, but you know, he was dope part of the collective, and he was a dope rapper. I mean, you know, so you know, shout out to those
Ooh,
brothers.
Lord Digger?
Yeah, Lord Digger was dope on Master Incorporated. If that's the one that we talking
You
about,
talking about
because
the
again,
dark
Buster
skin?
Rhymes, huh?
Yeah, the dude with the grimy voice and
Yeah,
everything.
the grimy voice.
And
Yeah, you know, yeah. No,
Raw
I'm telling
Digger.
you,
That's
no.
no, his
Raw
name is
Digger's
Lord
from
Digger.
Flip
His name is
Mode.
Lord
Yeah,
Digger. Lord D. Lord
yeah.
Digger. The D stands for Digger. Going with down with Mr. Ace
Buster
is my
cousin.
nigga.
That's Buster cousin right there.
Really? I didn't know about that. But there's a
He was
no,
he was on
there was a
Flavor of
dude from the
the
Flip Mode. There's a dude from Flip Mode that was like that too, but I think it was a different person. That's what I'm saying. I apologize if we mixing up those names. You know, as old folk,
they
those
got
blend. But I'm just saying,
Raw
Raw Digger
Digger.
was the female,
Lord Digger. Yeah,
and
That's
Lord Digger was a
Raw.
particular
That's
rapper.
Raw. Wait, hold on,
Yeah,
listen. Raw Digger is Master Ace homeboy, the dark skinned
no,
one.
his name is
female. That's the
Lord
female
Digger.
from Flip Mode. Raw
No,
Digger
his
was the
name was
female.
Lord
Wait,
Digger.
hold on. I'm saying two things, bro. Raw. Who is Raw Digger?
There wasn't no Raw Digger. It was Lord Digger. You probably heard Lord
Who
and
is
sound like
Lord Digger?
Raw.
Who is
Lord
That's the
Lord
Digger
one.
is the one. It was the one that was with Master Ace on Master Ace Incorporated. That album.
Okay.
Yes.
Now
He was
with
the producer.
who's with Buster Rhymes? Raw Digger. Raw
Rod
Digger, right?
Digger. Yeah,
Raw.
that's the female.
That's the female.
What's the cousin name? He trash as hell as far as lyrically.
All
Oh, you
right,
talking
I'm
about the
pulling
last
up
Boy
right
Scout?
now.
You talking about the last Boy
Yeah, the
Scout?
Boy Scout. Yeah, so that's Rampage. That was their
Rampage.
dude. So that's what I was saying. I was
Okay.
trying. So Rampage was their guy, and Rampage might have been with the dude with the knapsack song or whatever it was. That's what I'm saying. I apologize.
My
I
bad.
kind of got those.
I'm normally right at all instances, but I admit I was wrong.
That's why you follow Donald Trump. I understand, brother.
So yeah, so the Flip Mode was Rampage, Raw Digger. You know what I'm saying? So that was, and then of course he had the dude that I forgot what was that Spliff Star, who was sort of like his hype man. Very questionable behavior of things that they did back in the day, but you know, not to be
Yeah, a whole lot is
rehashing that.
coming. The whole lot coming out about Buster right about now. You know, making you
So
question
you know,
Buster. Anyway,
he's a legend.
we
You know,
talk Juice Crew, and we finna wind it down. Let's finish talking about the Juice Crew. Let's talk about their legacy and where they are now and what's going on with them.
well, now you know. I mean, they so it was Paula Perry, so that was the female, and Lord Digger and Ice You Rock, that was the dude, and this other person, I apologize, Lestia or something like that. I'm sure it was pronounced some differently, but I definitely remember Unique. Yeah, so he called Ice You Rock, and he called him Unique. But yeah, that was Master Ace Incorporated.
DJ Unique, right? Oh, no, it's somebody.
It was just Unique, you know. But that's, you know how it is. Rappers have many names and stuff like that. You kind of evolve and stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah, you know. But Juice Crew had been recently performing not too long ago, doing some shows, and that was with Big Daddy Kane. That, you know, had them doing it. So they even had Glamorous up there doing that stuff. So, you know, shout out to the legends. You know, MC Shan. You know, he's not really doing much, you know, rapping wise. He's doing like videos and stuff, creating stuff, busts and all this stuff like that. But his video stuff is great.
Y'all do know where MC Shan made the bulk of his money. Do y'all know?
From Snow, Informer.
That's right.
Snow,
he produced Snow, and
yes.
that's where, so he made a ton of money from that. That's the thing about it. These rappers, you do all of this stuff, but this is the thing that feeds you. So, you know, shout out. That's why I have much respect for Snow, just for, you know, putting on or helping the dude, you know, like that. So, you know, he got his money as a producer, and because he performed on it, he got some money from that. So, you know, he's just working all that stuff.
For sure.
And rest in peace to Granddaddy IU. Marley Marl, I think, is still doing some production, and you know, Marley Marl is one of the legendary producers in hip hop.
Legendary, you know.
You know, so he did all that, and he did a whole lot of work with a whole lot of other people. notably LL and whoever else, because Marley Marl is like Teddy Riley of hip hop
Everybody.
in a sense.
Yeah, he's worked with a lot of R&B people and stuff. A lot of people that you wouldn't even think that Marley Marl has something to do with it, and you find out that Marley Marl has something to do with it. So that's what's up.
And Shantae, I think she went back to school. I don't know. I think she.
Hey, don't bring up the school thing. That was like a lie. But what she is doing, at least what she's doing, the last thing that I heard, she had a show on Rock the Bells radio. So I lost my Sirius. I didn't keep it going.
Which
so,
mean that what was a lie? What was a lie? She went to school?
Was a lie. She said that the record, yeah, she said that Cold Chillin', she had a clause in her thing that they had to pay for her schooling. So she went to school and got a doctorate and all this other stuff. And the whole story was a lie. Not only did they not have this thing, they didn't pay for nothing, but she didn't have any degree or anything like that. I mean, it was all a lie. It was all a lie.
But let me say this.
Shout out to that legendary sister.
That's the truth. Hey, but check this out. Shout out to Rock the Bells Radio, because I love that salute the sample. I love that, man. I wish we could do a show like that. If we could clear the, have the,
they got Grandmaster Kaz on there with Sha-Rock. They got great shows on it. I mean, I missed that. I know I'm gonna get serious back, because I Rock the Bells Radio. You can't salute LL enough for that. That's some OG type stuff right there. So go check it out.
Sir. So I think that's going to be about it for today then, y'all. So anything else? Any last words? Last chance.
Last words. Nope. I'm looking at all the faces. We covered everybody. We may have messed some people up. Shout out to all the DJs that were a part of the network as well. Rest in peace, DJ Polo. Rest in peace. Did Big Daddy Kane's DJ die too, or?
Yeah, Mr. C.
Did he stay? Yeah, he died too. So rest in peace to that brother. So. That's it. That's what's up.
All right. So once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Check us out on YouTube when you can. Hey, check out Day Walk too. Sex Talk with Walk. Some Thursday night. Sometimes, some months we'll be having that on. We might have it on this week though. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so
we're having an El Pool What It Do show.
Yeah, I don't know. It never even came up.
Ouch.
Anyway, but we out here. Yeah, y'all check us out. We should be on next week unless something drastic happens. We will see you. So